All right, the third and final game for Thursday night. It is the matchup of the two debutantes, if you will, in FBS football this year. Jacksonville State taking on Sam Houston State. Of course, both of these programs entering FBS football this season, making this a very interesting matchup here between these two programs. We've got Jacksonville State 6.5-point road favorites, 36.5 being the total in this game. If you can't move the ball worth a damn on offense, there's just no way I can trust you. And that's the last straw for me with Sam Houston State and what I saw last week against Houston. I took them plus the points. It was more I didn't trust Houston laying double digits. But for the first time this season, that defense got ripped apart. And look, Sam Houston State's defense has been the only good thing about that football team this year. They've hung in there. They've given their team a chance to win a lot of these games, but they could not handle the speed and really the athletes at both the receiver and the running back spot that Houston could provide. And to be real with you, if you look at Sam Houston, and as great as those defensive numbers were early in the season, you played BYU, a plotting offense this year, Air Force, one-dimensional. You got to just gear up to stop the run, and they did a pretty good job there. Houston's, say what you will about Houston and Dana Holgorsen, who I don't like very much as a coach. They do have athletes. And Sam Houston State struggled with the athleticism, with the speed that Houston put out there against that defense last week, and they got absolutely crushed. And once they get behind Sam Houston State, there's no coming through the back door. Not with that offense. Absolutely hideous. They have scored in 3 games this year 10 points. 10 points in 3 games this year combined for this Sam Houston State offense. It's dreadful. It's absolutely awful. It wasn't any better with Grant Gunnell. They changed quarterbacks. It didn't help. And this is a guy that's been around the block. Arizona, Memphis. He's been with a bunch of different programs. They replaced Shoemaker with him, and it wasn't any better. Their starting back, Zach Herbacek, is doubtful for this game. Ife Adeyi, questionable, their lead receiver. Now they got injuries on that side of the ball. That's not what you want to see for already an offense that really can't do much. Jacksonville State, on the flip side, I actually like what I'm seeing from Rich Rod's team, especially defensively. They shut down UTEP. They 49-3 against East Tennessee. They did struggle with Coastal. That's probably the one game where they did have a rough defensive game. But again, that's Grayson McCall, pretty solid Coastal offense. And then last week against Eastern Michigan, pitching a shutout, 21-0. Now, look, UTEP's offense isn't great this year. They've definitely been disappointing as a team, but especially their offense as well with Hardison back. We thought a lot they'd be good this year offensively.
Really bad.
And they haven't. And look, Eastern Michigan is a horrible offense. Absolutely terrible this year, Eastern Michigan on offense. But is Sam Houston any better than UTEP or Eastern Michigan on offense? I don't think so. So to me, I look at this. This is another matchup where Jacksonville State defensively should play pretty well in this game. I laid the points, Connor, 6.5 here with Jacksonville State. I just think there's a big difference between these two teams. And for as much as Sam Houston State's defense up until the Houston game played so well, kept them in games, eventually the defense gets worn out when you're going to be 3-and-out punt all the time. And that's exactly what we've seen. True. And to be real with you, even though they fought against BYU, still lost by 2 touchdowns. Even though they fought against Air Force, you still lost by 10 points. And then, of course, the defense just got carved and got tired, got gassed because the offense was doing nothing in the 38-7 loss against Houston. So I'm laying the points on the road here with Jacksonville State. I don't always like doing that with these weeknight games, laying road favorites, but I think there's a bigger gap between these two teams than this point spread indicates. And I like Zion Webb, the quarterback. He's still trying to get better as a pocket passer. Zion Webb, the quarterback for Jacksonville State, but he's got athleticism. He can run. And the one thing we're seeing, and we saw it with Donovan Smith of Houston last week against Sam Houston, is the mobile quarterback gave Sam Houston's defense fits and problems. And Zion Webb's got the capability to do the same here for Jacksonville State, the Gamecocks. What do you think here, Connor? The two newbies in FBS battling it out.
Yeah, I have to look up news on Webb, though. Is he going to play this game? He didn't play the last one, didn't he?
Yeah, we'll take it. That's a good point. He didn't. Let me see. It was Logan Smothers. Yeah, good point. Logan Smothers, the last game against Eastern Michigan. He wasn't really that good, to be honest with you. 9 for 19, 40. Not as a passer, anyway. Not really that great. He was a pretty good runner, though. 118 rushing yards for him. Him and Zion Webb, Logan Smothers, who played against Eastern Michigan, Zion Webb, they're both very, very erratic throwing the ball. No question. Yeah. But they are very good athletically, mobile quarterbacks, dual threats. So whoever plays, the way I see it, Sam Houston's offense is the issue. Like the defense can hang in there and hang in there and hang in there. That's all fine and well, and maybe that happens here. But eventually they're going to get worn down and probably lose by double digits because we've seen that every game from Sam Houston so far.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to happen here. And it's just, I just was wondering if he'd be in, but they're both similar type quarterbacks, like you talked about. They don't throw it a ton, run it. Jacksonville State, the defenses look really good. How is Sam Houston going to score any points? Now, we know Eastern Michigan, I thought, is down a little bit this year. And they didn't get it done. They didn't even score against Jacksonville State. And you talked about how good their defense has been. I don't know how Sam Houston moves the ball. I just you mentioned it's got to feel horrible. They go out there and the offense can't get first downs and keep the defense. Like they're just on the field constantly,
might be the worst offensive team in FBS right now. Sam Houston.
It is. It for sure is, and they just can't do anything. So it's going to be tough for them. And they finally cracked where Houston just ran the ball all over them. They threw it too, but so there's going to be trouble. If Jacksonville State can run the ball, because we know they don't throw it around, they will win and cover. But if they have trouble, this could be close. It's just not enough. It's not enough for Sam Houston. You would need way more than doubles for me to look at them, and that's crazy right now with this offense. So I kind of agree with you here a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely think this is a team that can get the job done. Again, we're asking them to win by a touchdown. It is on the road, short week. I get it, travel and all that. And they've only had one road game this year, Jacksonville State, and that was the 30-16 loss to Coastal. Don't even put Coastal in the same sentence as Sam Houston, especially offensively. I still think Jacksonville State very capable to win this game by at least a touchdown.